So we also connected modernization and westernization to climate change. Modernization is just a development of cities and infrastructure that was designed in the West, so other countries wanted to adopt this. Versus where westernization is the actual ideas and techniques that were derived from the West. This connects to climate change because as more countries want to develop and modernize, they're going to want new infrastructure, new buildings, new everything, pretty much. They're going to want to redo their whole design. So they're going to have to take down all of the old buildings, all of the everything that they want to build new. They're going to have to take that down and redesign. So either they're going to take it down or certain cities will kind of vacate and the population will become very small. We also, once again, we're going to have to ship those resources, the materials and everything, and keep up for the maintenance for doing that for those newly developed countries. Pollution will become an issue here in a place that probably didn't have much pollution to begin with, which is sad because you're going to have, whether it's they're building factories there, they're putting in more production sites, or they're just redoing cities and kind of upgrading the infrastructure. Pollution will be created, and if you have to maintain, the pollution will continue. So that is how modernizing will connect to climate change. And westernization is a very big player in that because this is the Western thinking, Western ideas. And a big part of that is the democracy. A lot of countries are wanting to switch from their old political regimes that have ruled for decades and are protesting for fair elections. They're willing to oppose their current political parties, and by doing so, it's kind of creating conflict and war. So this is how we're connecting this to the refugee crisis, because if you have a lot of countries that are wanting to adopt this idea, political ideology, you're going to see a lot more refugees, and that comes from war. If people can afford to flee the country, they will, and they're going to move to the next country over probably. Or if they cannot afford it, they're going to be forced to migrate at some point, whether it's because the place they're living in is a war zone, or they just they're being evacuated from the area, they're being taken over. So if you have a lot of countries that are doing this over the years, you're going to see a lot of buildup of people moving out of one area into another. The problem with this is that when you have an area that's holding a large amount of people and it's being destroyed, that's also resources and land and space that's being destroyed. So you have a place that was once livable that's now not, and you're forcing these people into another area that's using their resources. So that becomes an issue of overpopulation. Overcrowding is a very big influencer in climate change. You have to have an abundance of resources to provide for these people, and it grows and grows. And so a land that was once sustainable is now turned into rubble due to pretty much the switch for a political party because people want fair and free elections.